So the reading that I've got you for you today, funny enough, yesterday I finished my other book. When did I finish it? Friday, I think. So I woke up yesterday morning thinking, what can I do today? And I laid out all of my books on my bed and I was like, which one? And I was dowsing them all and all of them said no. And I was like, oh, right, okay. But then they said, just meditate, Claire. So I spent the day yesterday just meditating in the garden, standard. And then when I did the final meditation, they just kept saying toward the light, toward the light, toward the light. So that is the book that I've started reading now, which is called Toward the Light. It's a message to mankind from the transcendental world. I haven't actually got the name of the author of it, actually. There's no named author on there. So, but it is quite a beautiful book, and it does make you think. But what I'm going to read for you is just about the light and the darkness, which I feel is quite prominent. Light and darkness, in a transcendental sense, are abstractions to human beings, but to God and to all spiritual beings, they are realities, powerful, magnetically acting forces. Through all eternity, primal light and primal darkness each had two opposite poles that rested in a state of complete latency. Although light existed only as a faintly sparkling core, surrounded elsewhere by darkness, the radiations of the two primal forces were of exactly equal strength. Between the two primal forces, on the boundary between light and darkness, rested thought and will. Although passive themselves, they were, through all eternity, subject to the equal influence of the radiations of light and darkness. After eternities of absolute inactivity, a change occurred in the static balance of the primal state, in that thought and will reacted with a slight agitation to the radiations of darkness. This weak agitation was the first sign of the transition of thought and will from a state of passivity to a state of awakening activity, since this vibration brought the primal state out of balance. Gradually, through aeons of time, thought and will moved further and further away from the radiations of darkness and in toward the light, whose radiations assisted them with the steadily increasing attraction that drew them towards the poles of light. The light gained in strength and in volume. After unknown aeons of continued attraction, thought and will reached the poles of light, which at the moment of contact were awakened from their latent state. At the same time, thought and will awoke to a fully conscious and willed activity and developed mutual attraction, so that through countless aeons they slowly drew closer to each other. As the distance between them grew less, the light gained still more in strength, volume and radiation. Attracted and guided by the will, the thought strove onward, but in each advance lay a temptation for the thought to cease, the struggle before full victory over darkness had been won. But due to the attraction of the all-powerful will, the thought did not cease its struggle forward toward the steadily approaching will, and for this reason the light constantly increased in strength and in its brightness, until after further eternities, with the meeting and harmonious union of thought and will, the light wrested itself free from darkness, raised itself victoriously out of and over it, so that the light surrounded and enveloped the darkness, which then slowly contracted, became denser and formed a dark core in the sea of light. By the perfect and harmonious merging with each other of thought, the female, and will, the male, God arose as a personal being in the centre of the universe. So, it had me thinking, because when I first started reading the book, I was kind of struggling to get into it a little bit. And then I went to that page and I was like, wow. Because over time, through periods of darkness, the light has always reigned supreme. We've always come together in unity, and things like that gratitude and things that we've been doing this week just shows that. that we are all united and that we are all as one. Yesterday, well, actually today, I don't know if anyone else had this same feeling, whether it's just me being a sun junkie. I was led in the garden, and because I know that the weather forecast for the coming week is turning to rain, it kind of felt like, you know, that last day of holiday feeling. It was a bit like that. I was led there, and I was a bit like, oh, it's the last day of holiday. However, Spirit then took me back to the meditation that I did yesterday. And I'm just going to share it with you and just share the journey with you, because it really does kind of speak volumes of kind of where we're going. So the start of it, Spirit said to me, divine essence flows through you. And I saw a staircase downwards, and then it was kind of like a little kind of perch bit, and then a staircase upwards. So it kind of went like that. So I walked down the stairs, and I felt that was symbolic of always having to go deep to come back up again. There was a golden lantern on the kind of platform, which I picked up, and then I started walking up the staircase that went upwards. As I was going up the stairs were golden. They were just glowing with this golden light. And as I got up, I was walking up them, they kept getting steeper. I was like, really? Why are you doing this to me? But yeah, they were getting steeper until the stairs were completely upright like that. Even though they were upright, I was walking up them with ease. Like I was fully supported going upwards. They then said about the golden doors, and I looked, and I was like, well, I can't see them. And they said, look up, look up. So I looked up, and it was like these golden doors. It was almost like how you'd imagine a spaceship to be. And it's like these golden doors just opened. I was lifted through the light, and the light was like turning into shooting stars, and it was like a portal through the stars. And as I was going through that, it started raining. Ironically, we've got rain forecast for next week. And it started raining, and they said to me, the rain will fall, washing away all darkness into divine joy and freedom. Following that, I was lifted through a cross. They talked about support and divine support gracefully flowing towards me. And I went into, I don't know if anyone's ever seen it, but it's like a cross with the centre in the middle, and it represents the four elements, so earth, air, wind and fire. And the centre represents, obviously, the deity or God. And they took me through the centre into this bliss, and there was a rope bridge. And I was stood at the rope bridge thinking, are you expecting me to cross that? And they said to me about complete faith and trust in God. And with that, I felt this surge of just support. And I walked across the rope bridge perfectly in oneness with the rope, being able to just walk gracefully across it. At the other side of the rope bridge, there was a golden horse. And I sat on the horse, and my arms were wrapped around it, and the horse was just carrying me. And they then said the words, you have come to thee. And I realised that the golden horse was God. And then after that, we sat and we watched the sunset, and it was like I was just in unity with the sun and just felt pure bliss. So to me, what that says is that we always have to go down to come back up again. We always have to go through darkness to regain the light. We always have to search and try our hardest to find that unity, that oneness, that light, that grace within us. Because once we feel that, and once we know that, and once we have that faith, that unity is there, that oneness is there, that love is there. I said it last week about God residing within us. And once we have that faith and hold that faith, it can pull us through anything. And it can carry us through anything. The thought of rain coming for when we've had such beautiful weather, especially when we're in times of isolation. And realistically, the sunshine has been our saving grace. It really has. I know it has for me, because it's allowed me just to sit outside in peace, and I know that will be the same for many of you. And with sunshine always brings joy. It always brings upliftment. It always brings that kind of feeling of radiation, of light. However, when it kind of clouds over and when it sort of starts raining, we all kind of slump a little bit. And we all kind of, sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. We all kind of go into this little bit of a like, I don't really like this. But I feel, based on that meditation that I did yesterday, and based on the fact that the rain is forecast, what that tells me is that maybe that rain needs to fall. Maybe when we look at the rain, and when we look, it's another beauty of Mother Earth. It's another beauty of our universe. It's another beauty of God. The rain replenishes, and the rain comes down and helps with growth. So when it rains, it creates new life. It allows plants to grow. Plants can't grow without water. Without water, we see drought. Without lightning and thunder, for example, the universe stays out of balance. I'll never forget when I ran a meditation group with young children in a school, and it was the first time I ever did it, and I tried to think of ways to help them understand energy. And I didn't come up with it, Spirit did, but they said to me about comparing it to thunder and lightning, and about comparing how meditation is like the thunder and the lightning in that it clears the air. So yes, we are expecting thunderstorms and rain and so on, which can leave us feeling a little bit ugh. However, instead of looking at it in that way, instead of looking at it as us being, okay, cooped up in our homes and not being able to go out because it's raining, why don't we go out and stand in that rain? Why don't we go out inside and just allow that rain to drench us and feel the joy and the bliss that cleansing, that process of cleansing does for our being as well as Mother Earth. Because we have to remember that Mother Earth is no different to us. We are no different to Mother Earth. We are all one. So the same way that thunder and lightning clears Mother Earth's energy, and the rain cleanses Mother Earth's soul, and the rain then allows new life to grow. Instead of going into that kind of glumness, allow us to see the light in that. Allow us to see the light in the rain and the thunder and the lightning. Because actually, that's coming in to cleanse us. That's coming in to cleanse our soul, to cleanse our being. For if we see ourselves as all as one, what the rain is doing to Mother Earth, it's doing to us. It's allowing our soul to be pure, our soul to be purified, and our soul to be purified to a level where we can regrow and we can be reborn and we can create new growth and we can create new things and we can create new energy, new existence on this planet. So I just wanted to leave those thoughts with you. Because yes, we are expecting rain, and trust me, I have put the weather and the sunshine on the healing list tonight. Just in case we can create a miracle, because miracles are a real thing. However, if it does choose to rain, if it does choose to thunder, if it does choose to spread lightning and so on, let's see it in a different light. Let's not allow us to go into the darkness of the clouds, because we know that obviously with rain brings darkness in the clouds. Let's not go into that darkness, that muzziness. Let's instead see the beauty of it, the replenishment, the purification, the cleansing, the growth. Thank you for listening. I hope those words resonate with you all. I hope that even if it does rain over the next week, we can all allow that to bring joy to our souls in the same way the sunshine does. And take that time to nest and nurture and plant some more seeds for those seeds to grow. lots of love from me and from those inspirers that work with me with the words that they wanted to share this evening, and I hope you can just hold them in your hearts and obviously take them forward with you. Thank you.